Today we are going to talk about how to write a code that's going to do basic arithmetic operations. That is, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Multiplication and division. So, for you to write a code that's going to help you do this you need to know the type of data that you are working with. So let's write a code that's going to do addition. To write a code that's going to do addition, you need to know you need to have three variables or two variables. It's normal. You can have two or three variables if you want. So let's do this. Let's use two variables to write this code. We say integer because we are working with integers. We have integers. We have a comma and b. That's our variable declaration. Now let's initialize a should be equals a should take what? A should be equals to, let's take 10. Let's take 10. And b should be equals to, let's take anything, maybe 20. So, and then what we need again, we need to do the addition. So we can still use a to use a variable. You can still use a, so that when the compiler reaches, it's just going to change what is inside a to be equals to a plus b. Simple, just like this. You can change it, because when they say a variable can change anytime. The value inside that variable can change. The value inside the variable can be changed. Variable is not a constant that remains unchanged throughout the execution of the code. The variable can change during execution. So you can use the same variable as many times as you want, depending on how your code is going down, depending on how your code is. So because the compiler executes a code one line after the other. So when it's just going to reach here in this line number, in the line number 9, it's just going to change the value of the value that's the 10 inside a to be the 10 up, that is 10 up plus 20. That's going to give a plus b, which is going to give 30. Now let's print it out. For us to print out the output. To print the output, we need printf. As we made printf, say the sum of the two numbers is, we use %d. Since it is an integer, we use %d. We say you can use /n. And we know we're printing the value. You want to print out the value that is inside a comma, and you put a. So, and then you lock your code. This is it. This is all. So it's just simple. You initialize the value. Even if there are three values, you can just change their positions. You just change the values, or you toggle the values inside the variables. It's still going to give you out the same thing. So let's build a code. And then we run it. This is it. The sum of the two numbers. We are summing two numbers. That was 10 and 20. So the sum of the two numbers is 30. We have just changed the value that was inside a, and then we have printed out a. So it can still be possible you are using three numbers. It's still possible. So let's come here. You can still come here. Here and say that c is equal to, you initialize c to be equals to 30 also. So when you come here and you want to change the value of a back, you can add plus c. So that a should take the place of a plus b plus c. So it's simple. So when you do like this, you build it and you run it. You discover that okay, I didn't lock this one, sorry. So you build it and you run it. Oh, I did not. The type of value of c, it should be an integer also. So that is good. This is it. The sum of the numbers, or of the two numbers, is 60. So it's still the same thing. So it's just the difference is just what I wrote here. You can say the sum of the three numbers. So it's still the same thing. Very simple. It's how to do basic addition in C programming. So the next one we are going to be talking about is subtraction. The next one we are going to be talking about is subtraction. We are subtracting. It's simple. We are still using integers. So let's do simple subtraction here. You know that C is the highest. C is the highest. So let's just take C minus 20. C minus A, sorry. C minus A, or C, yes, C minus A, and then minus B. Simple. Change this. Okay, you see I've just changed it to subtraction. So when you are going to change it to subtraction, you build it and you run it, you discover that the answer is going to be 0 because we have removed 30 minus 20 minus 10, which is going to give 0. So this is how subtraction works too. So it's the same thing. So for addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, you just need to change the signs here. Even for division, just change this one to even for multiplication, just change this to multiplication like this, and then you build and run. It's going to multiply everything. This is it. The answer is 600. So that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. So even for division, you just need to change it. You just need to change it to division. Just need to change it to the division sign. This is it. And then you build and run it. So that is your answer. Value of the screen numbers is 0. The reason why it returned 0 is supposed to be 0 point something. The reason why it returned 0 is because we didn't initialize it as floating point numbers, because in dividing them, I'm sure it's going to, the result should be a floating point number. So let's just change it to a floating point number to make sure it's floating point. Let's write here float, and then here to print a floating point number you need %f. Oh yeah, let's do it. This is the answer, 0.150000, because we have changed now to a floating point number. If you maintain it as an integer, it's going to return back only this 0 here. It's going to return back only this 0 here. But when you change the value to a floating point number, it's going to bring out the point and anything behind it. So that's the difference between floating point numbers and integers. Integers, you just need to determine the exact value, the whole number. It's going to return only the whole number. But for floating point numbers, it returns the decimal points behind the whole number. So that is how you write a code that's going to do your basic arithmetic operations in C. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, follow for more videos coming up if you are ready and if you want to learn C programming. Thank you.